So, YouTube's been recommending a ton of New Jersey content to me, and this is no different. This is coming to us from a YouTuber by the name of Nick Johnson. He has about 100k subs. I'll leave a link to this video in the description box. I tend to forget to do that sometimes. Remind me. But either ways, as a son of the Garden State, I believe that his unboxing New Jersey, why does the North and South hate each other video, I think it's ripe for the picking. So let's just get into this. Ah, crap.
Is there really a monster that lurks in the forest here? And is...
You know what? I ain't second taking this. So yeah, I started. My bad. I didn't have the media up when I started it because I had to play past all of his ads. Nah, we ain't playing that game over here. He has like 2 ads in this video, and so yeah, I wanted to play past them, and I had to listen to it. I had to let it run on completely silent. So let's get into this video.
Is New Jersey the most crowded place in the United States?
Yes, by far.
Is there really a monster that lurks in the forest here?
Well, I believe that if you believe in the supernatural hard enough, I believe if that you believe in it enough, you can genuinely have some type of supernatural type experience. Me personally, I'm more concerned about the cat standing directly next to me as opposed to some apparition that I know nothing of.
And is everyone in New Jersey a really loud, obnoxious, opinionated jerk?
85%.
We're gonna get to the bottom of those questions and more as we take a really close look at what makes New Jersey, New Jersey. So grab yourself a bagel and crank up that Bon Jovi as we...
Whoa, red man there, player.
Get ready to unbox the state of New Jersey.
I could not be happier that this man is no longer anywhere near politics right now. I mean, he completely wrecked the state's Republican Party, yeah. And like, it's such, because the establishment controls both the Democrats and the Republicans, make no mistake. But though they they always send out a little blonde white lady to get their ass beaten. Guadano really took that L for the Republican Party. It's very interesting. Yeah, these people are from Staten Island. They're not even from New Jersey. Why?
Alright. If you've ever visited New Jersey, it's highly probable that you flew into Newark and then took the turnpike into New York City, where you experienced an awful smell and basically thought the state was a giant armpit.
Okay, so the reason you smelled that smell was because Exxon had been dumping tons of chemicals here in the state for generations, and that fat a-hole Chris Christie let them get off in the lawsuit for pennies on the dollar. So yeah, this state is highly corrupted, man.
But there's a ton of New Jersey that no one sees. New Jersey's actually a pretty diverse place, and you can imagine why.
I'm from what's coming up is the melting pot, and yeah, I'm from the melting pot. This is I grew up with Italians, Jewish people, Mexicans, like all ethnicities, Arabs. Everybody went to Union Avenue School.
Statistically, it's the most crowded place in the U.S., where 1,200 people per square mile live in peaceful harmony with one another.
Oh man, I just missed the grabbing at each other's throat. Yeah, for real.
That's just the state average. Some places in New Jersey are way more crowded.
Okay, so do you see that area with the 5,000 right there? Yeah, there's also the melting pot. That's where I am from, and this place is like, as you can see in the map right there. The lighter and brighter out it gets, the more rural it gets. But those heavily red areas, that's the metropolitan urban centers that are really just a dumping ground for the rest of the state.
Other than that, this chart shows just how crowded New Jersey is, and it's not even close. Let's be real, Rhode Island doesn't count. New Jersey is 71% more crowded than Massachusetts, which feels crowded itself. In comparison, Alaska has 1 person per square mile.
Don't you get paid to live in Alaska? I'm pretty sure you get paid to live in Alaska. Like, you get some kind of, like, some kind of tax or some kind of, not tax, but, rebate.
Real big difference. To really understand what New Jersey's like, you have to understand the different regions in the Garden State. You could actually break New Jersey up into 4 distinct areas: North Jersey, South Jersey, Central Jersey, whose actual borders are debatable, and the shore. Most of New Jersey's population is packed into 2 places, North Jersey and South Jersey. We'll begin in the northernmost part of the state near...
Now, like I said, that melting pot area right there, that's where I'm from. It's basically the immigrant landing zone for everywhere else throughout the state and throughout the country. It's been that way for a very long time, ever since after the Newark riots. The plan was put into motion, and they said, you know what? Deuces. Everybody bounced. Polish, Jewish, Italians, Arabs, everybody skated, myself included. I went out to California. Like, this is just not the place. This is purposefully redlined in this manner to, basically shoo away all the dirt and grime from all these other areas, particularly lake houses owned by New Yorkers, executives living in mansions, driving Mercedes-Benzes. The hill people, well, not really the hill people. They got their own. It's more swampy and stuff like that. There's vast areas throughout the state that are just miles upon miles of farmland, vast wilderness of rednecks and retired hippies, well-to-do conservatives, Christie country, friendly white families like Montclair type area, Clifton, the melting pot with Newark, East Orange, Irvington, Elizabeth. You see it all right up in there. Poor minorities by Bayonne, hipsters, Hoboken and Bergen, Russian Polacks and toxic fumes. Some of the places that Exxon dump their chemicals. I mean, this state has been abused by the establishment for a really long time. It's one of the reasons why we have we are feeling, according to some scientists, we are feeling some of the worst effects of climate change, or global warming, whatever the hell you want to call it. The earth feeling some kind of way that we keep digging into it. Okay.
New York state line, which is essentially hippies and squirrel eaters. But outside of this forested region live the rich snobs who commute into New York City every day.
Very accurate. Plus, a little bit more of this map. We got the Indians, Jews, drunk Rutgers students, middle class, Raritan Valley line commuters, and farmers in subdevelopments.
These include places like Summit, or Scummit, as they're affectionately known for being pretentious and self-entitled.
Oh, let's be real. That's kind of the state. Like, that's kind of just the state swag.
Also nearby are a lot of middle-class white families. Then as you get closer to New York City itself, you have the yuppie hipsters, yupsters in Hoboken, and the downtrodden Jersey City suburbs. North Jersey is also home to a large Jewish population. Outside of New York State, New Jersey actually has the highest concentration of Jewish people in the nation. As such, it has the nickname Jew Jersey.
Okay. I mean, Jersey got a lot of nicknames, though, man. I've never referred to Jersey in such a manner. But, yeah, we do have you can still go through a lot of the homes and, close your eyes and throw a rock, and you will come across the little, the symbol on a lot of the houses, which represents, the blood that, on the night of, oh my goodness. See, and I'm about to go into a whole bunch of theological stuff, but the deal is that yes, it was heavily populated, all of these areas, but as things began to maneuver, that map started taking place.
Also in North Jersey is the crime-ridden city of Trenton and the Ivy Leaguers at Princeton, one of America's finest institutions. Moving on from the North Jersey snobs, we move on to the famous Jersey Shore. The Jersey Shore is a world-famous location, and not just because of the MTV reality show, which depicted...
Exactly. I mean, the shore, Wildwood, Seaside, You just go down there, chill, have a good time, and just wild out for a few days in the summer. So when you get back up north, it gives you something to look forward to.
Raunchy 20-somethings from Staten Island getting popped and doing their laundry every night. No, the Jersey Shore is much more than Seaside Heights, where you go to get tattoos and ride a Ferris wheel. Of course, you have Atlantic City, a place so dumpy that after Hurricane Sandy came through, you couldn't even tell that Hurricane Sandy came through. This is the East.
Okay, so terrible jokes aside, Atlantic City suffered from just from poor foresight, man. They did not see the tea leaves coming, and then they tried to react too late as far as the casino. And then when it comes to that whole area, like, they've been neglecting the town around it for generations, and it was just another one of those places that, hey, yeah, we'll just dump a bunch of people here and have at it there, champ. You know, this is America, make the best of it, and what you do is you move. You know, like, it's just like Grand Theft Auto, man. Like, Jersey is nationwide. Jersey is the landing place for Nico, right? He comes in, it's a dump. Then what happens? He gets some paper and he moves. That's just how it. Like, welcome to America.
Coast equivalent of Las Vegas, where you'll find casinos and just about every illegal activity you can think of. You can exchange your gold for cash in many locations and then use the money to buy a tattoo or a needle.
Or a prostitute. I mean, let's be real, okay? Like, all the vices are there. That's why it exists. No matter what your flavor, the urban centers of this state and the country are just, we got what you need, partner. You know? Didn't Joe Biden, didn't his son talk about, like, how he's buying crack like 2 years ago? in a gutter in LA. I'm just saying, like, these urban centers are this way on purpose because, like, yo, I hate to say it in such a blunt manner, but the trash gotta go somewhere.
In the casinos, boardwalk, touristy area of Atlantic City, you're fine. If you venture into the city proper, you'll think you walk into a demilitarized zone. New Jersey actually has 44 total beaches from top to bottom. Cape May is the nicest beach in New Jersey. It's exit 0 on the Garden State Parkway, but number 1 in the hearts of many a New Jerseyan. Go up and down the coast and you'll find hidden gems like Bayhead, crowded tourist traps with Philly trash like Wildwood, and everything in between. But
you know what? Wow. Way to shit on the people of Philadelphia there, champ. You Philly trash. Come on, man. You're better than that, Mr. Johnson. You're better than that. There's nothing wrong with my Philly peoples, man. I got hella love for Philly because some of the best nights I've had in my life been in that area, same way as some of the best nights of my life have been in the NYC, as well as here in New Jersey. So, come on, man. Yeah, that was weak.
No matter which beach you're at, between Memorial and Labor Day, the Jersey Shore is crowded, obnoxious, and loud. Every summer, the Jersey Shore is invaded by Bennies. A Benny is a person from North Jersey cities of Bayonne, Elizabeth, Newark, and New York. And they all...
Yeah, so like I said, you go up, you go down to the shore, have a good time, then go back home, okay? You don't live at the shore. Like, I mean, and that's the thing, like, who's supposed to make up the people that come to the shore? The shore, they invite such people because that's money, that's revenue, that's how they get their bread. I mean, they tax and everything, it's expensive. The entire trip down from point A to point B is expensive as all hell, and it's getting more expensive the more tolls that you toss on it. But that's how the state needs to generate revenue, because it's so damn expensive here when you pay $225,000 a year for bureaucrats. Bullshit.
Drive really slow in the left lane. Moving on, we come to Central Jersey. Or is there a Central Jersey? And where do its borders begin and end? Anybody from New Jersey will tell you there really isn't much in...
As a northerner, yeah, as a northerner, it's just, as far as I'm concerned, it's all Jersey. As far as the breaking down of individual spaces, shit, man, it's all Jersey. Like, Central Jersey, because I've been elsewhere where this is the by far the smallest state in the entire union. So to sit here and be like, oh man, the smallest state, we're gonna break it down. 564, 65 municipalities, guys, in this very tiny condensed space. Come on, man, miss me.
Central Jersey, unless you count all the cows and 10,000 farms.
You know New Jersey produces the nation's third most cranberries?
I did not know that, Mappy. Let's take a peek. New Jersey agriculture. Wow, that's actually pretty surprising, my little map friend. New Jersey also produces America's third most bell peppers and spinach.
Okay, let's take a look at this. Cranberries, bell peppers, spinach, peaches, blueberries, cucumbers, squash, tomatoes, apples, horticulture. Horticulture. I don't even know what the hell that is. 27% of New Jersey farmland is preserved, an important issue for the state's agricultural industry. There are 10,300 farms in New Jersey. The average farm is 70. I want to say that's 71 acres. But either way, yeah, that's quite a bit of farmland. It's the garden state. We're supposed to be growing shit here, but a lot of the focus tends to be on those more densely compacted areas, the urban zones, than the ton of actual food and agricultural production that takes place there.
Like spinach, Mappy?
No, it tastes gross.
I bet your wife eats her spinach. She's pretty hot, Mappy. Definitely not.
Okay, Nick, so why are you sexualizing a map? That's very weird, dude. I'm not even gonna... He's like, oh, yeah, Mappy, your wife is hot. I get the bit. I just...
Now it's a fat on that map of hers.
Leave her out of this. She's mine.
So, back to Central Jersey. Besides smelly farms and blueberry bushes, it's also home to New Jersey's piney population, a term for the inhabitants of the New Jersey Pine Barrens. Think of them as rednecks, but instead of living in West Virginia, they live in the Northeast. This area also includes the western suburbs of Atlantic City.
Well, seeing how we got it pulled up. Let's get the what's the name? Detroit. That little red area there. That's Camden. They're calling it Detroit. Come on, man. What's that? Huge houses and country clubs. Happy white families in the aqua right there. Pineys everywhere. That's technically a large section of the state, but I know comparably speaking to the rest of the country, it is minuscule, guys. Ghetto in the woods. Pretty much Alabama. Swamps and toxic waste, where once again Exxon was doing their thing, and then down at Atlantic City, sad black people and misguided tourists. Man, Atlantic City should still to this moment be a crown jewel. Unfortunately, though, it was just horribly mismanaged.
Locals affectionately call the ghetto in the woods. This is a ghetto in the woods. This part of the state's pretty much swamps and forests, and it's home to the Jersey Devil. What, you're not familiar with the Jersey Devil? Well, let's show you a picture. What in the flying beans biscuits?
Yeah, it's always something so damn weird. Honestly, it was Caucasians who brought this to my attention so many years ago. Bro, Jersey Devil, I'm getting shot at here, and leave me alone, family.
Gravy, Halley's Comet, Tyrannosaurus Rex looks like your mother-in-law. Thing is that? This creature is often described as a flying biped with hooves, or maybe a kangaroo, or a goat thing. In any case, this monster wanders throughout the Pine Barrens looking for hoagies and lost Philly trash, trying to find their way home from the shore. This is also whence these...
What is this guy's problem with Philadelphia? Okay, wait, I mean, yeah, that thing did take place rather recently, but still, take it easy, bruh.
State's hockey team gets its nickname, but they haven't been good since, 2011. Then we have South Jersey. You have Camden, which is worse than Detroit. It might just be the most crime-ridden and dangerous place in the Western Hemisphere outside of Haiti. You don't go there unless you're looking for trouble. Camden has been at the front of the book of the worst places to live in the country since they started writing it. Outside of Camden are nice middle-class homes, and the further you get from Philly, more farms and army bases. Even further south is pretty much Alabama. Towns like Bridgeton, Vineland, Millville, and most of Salem and Cumberland counties are pretty much like the Deep South. People wear camo, drive tractors, and listen to Kenny Chesney more than Bruce Springsteen. Overall, across the state, there's some really nice areas to live in New Jersey, and some really crummy ones. The best places to live in the state of New Jersey are definitely North Caldwell, Woodcliff Lake, Haddonfield, Oradell, Glen Rock, Demarest, Fairhaven, New Providence, and Atco. Ha, JK.
Okay, so no love for Montclair, West Orange. I mean, there's some pretty nice places. Glen Rock. Wait, Glen Rock or Glen Ridge? He should have said Glen Ridge. Yeah, I mean, these are very nice areas, and you could spread that. There's even more, trust me.
Atco, that place is a dump. The worst places are definitely Newark, Camden, Trenton, East Orange, Irvington, Orange.
Whoa, guy, what are you talking about? Like, he just basically said my entire childhood. Oh, Newark, Irvington, East Orange. Okay, yeah, he's right. Alright? Like, these are the areas that have been redlined. The Camdens, the Trentons, the New Brunswicks, the Irvingtons, the Newarks. These areas, the Atlantic cities, these areas are basically where we dump all of the other states' nonsense. And those with any sense, they abandon these areas because they're designed to fail. You know, these places fail on purpose in order to prop up, you know, the rest of the country and the rest of the state. So, we like to pretend as if it isn't something that's very blatant, but it is. You know, all the charities and stuff like that is they're just there to spin wheels and keep things, you know, afloat as the world turns and the world burns in these areas, and the people in and of these areas continue to, you know, I mean, it's a tricky line to walk in. But if you can stack enough bread, you can get the hell out of any one of these areas and go anywhere else in the nation and make quite a nice life for yourself, you know. But these areas, they were sabotaged, make no mistake.
Bridgeton, Patterson, Jersey City, Elizabeth, Passaic, and Atlantic City. Them's the facts, folks. If you don't agree, hash it out in the...
Now, if I agree, I just also see where this is nonsense, where this was deliberately done. These areas were deliberately placed in the position that they're in to be the worst places to live because, hey, people got money to make. You know, there's a lot of not cash, but, you know, Wall Street stocks to be made in poverty. You know, these Dollar General, if there's any stock that you should probably get, is Dollar General, because they're sitting there supplanting the Family Dollars and the Dollar Trees of the world. Shoot, man, I'm putting all my money on them right now because, like, yo, they've created these food deserts in these areas where there used to be delis and, you know, and shoe cobblers.
Comments below. Can't start a fire. You can't start a fire.
I never really liked Bruce Springsteen like that. And can I just skip past his skip past the singing? Come on, bud.
Or the city. A New Jersey resident will cut you off and then get pissed when you cut them off. They're the worst drivers, but think everyone else is a bad driver. Also, don't drive slow in the left lane, PA guy. You'll feel the wrath of New Jersey woman. This is my road and this is my truck. This is my finger and this is my dust.
Okay, yeah, people can't drive. A lot of people cannot drive in this damn state. But the left lane, man, you gotta eat that left lane. There's no reason for anyone to be going slower than about 70, 75 in the left lane, okay? Like, let's be real.
Jersey people love their bagels, pizza, and Wawa subs too. Favorites in the Garden State are Taylor ham or pork roll sandwiches. What you call this pork product depends on where you live. Down south of I-78, it's a pork roll, and up north, it's Taylor ham. But who cares anyway?
I was like 8 years old when I realized that was the exact same thing. And my father, who was from the South, right? He moved up this way, and he just always called it a pork roll. And this girl that I was dating, she called it Taylor ham. And I was just like, wait, that's a pork roll. And we actually got into that back and forth. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't like it personally. I don't think that these things are delicious at all. I'm not really big into the pork products. But, you know, hey, to each their own, right?
Don't New Jersey people have anything else to worry about? The stupid box says Taylor.
I'm going to answer that question for you, Nick. Yes, we have tons of other things to worry about. The problem is that we are tossed these distractions by the establishment and our media in order to ignore the fact that we are on a financial free fall as a state. He has just a whole bit with the deli thing that I'm just going to skip on over. He's going to try to sing Frank Sinatra, Fly Me to the Moon. And honestly, if you're gonna do any Sinatra, you gotta do My Way.
Hey, among the stars. What about the cost of living? Well, considering that the state
Through the roof.
of New Jersey has by far the highest property taxes in the country, you think people wouldn't want to live here? Well, that's not right. $8,000 a year in property taxes is the highest in the nation by far, and way more than what Alabamans pay each year. A real big difference.
A ridiculous difference. I mean, it's such a difference that honestly, the state of New Jersey should be coated in gold. But unfortunately, no, because it goes to these taxes go towards these ridiculous payrolls. And guess what? I'm gonna do a video. I have a video coming up where I'm gonna really illustrate how there's so much. It's so convoluted at the financial level that they'll be like, oh no, taxes goes to this, taxes go to that. Let me tell you something. We spend $100,000, well over $100,000 on a lot of these positions and chairs and all these other spots that honestly we don't even need. It's just bureaucratic nonsense. Not anybody getting their hands dirty. They'll pay the people that get their hands dirty like $45,000-$50,000, but the people, the bureaucrats and that sit in these seats making $225,000. Come on, man, miss me.
Also of note is the high number of tolls on New Jersey Route 444, or what locals affectionately call the Garden State Parkway, which stretches 178 miles from the bottom of the state to the top.
I'm pretty sure it's officially called the Garden State Parkway.
What about convenience? Well, to start, New Jersey is the only state in the country where you don't pump your own gas.
I hate that rule. When I got back here from Cali and I had to watch another man open my baby hole and stick the pump inside of her and then start squeezing. Oh, I was so violated.
Convenient for sure. What's not convenient are the extra high gas prices. New Jersey has the nation's 6th highest gas taxes and the 9th highest gas prices overall. While you're at the pump, depending on where you live in New Jersey, you'll be getting snacks. Another thing that divides people in New Jersey are their proximity and allegiance to either Wawa or Quick Check.
Wawa's been around like forever and a day, particularly in South Jersey. Like they're coming up north now, but Wawa has been around for like forever and a day. Quick Check, I'm not really that sure about Quick Check. Quick Check isn't that big a thing. Like, but I'm also from the melting pot / poor minorities area, so in the state, like, you know, they plant it all over everywhere else except for there. Now we're getting Wawas on the outskirts of these areas because, you know, gentrification, right?
Some people in New Jersey will only go to Wawa, and others will drive 3 miles out of the way.
Have you guys seen the proliferation? I want to say that's the proper word, of the 7-Elevens that have been popping up, because 7-Eleven, another franchise that wasn't out here like that before.
To find a Quick Check. In New Jersey, you don't say, "Did you eat yet?" You say, "Did you eat yet?" Which basically means, I go to Wawa.
Or it basically means, "Did you eat yet?" But yeah, he's about to get. I know I kind of sexualize the car too, but hey, it's a car. There's a difference in the relationship between a man and his car. And, you know, maps. Let's I don't want to see any of that. Okay. And he goes into the Italian population thing. So let's go into that, and I think we can wrap this up.
And tough guys, such as those portrayed in the TV show The Sopranos. Well, Jersey meatheads are definitely a thing, but how true is the Italian stereotype? Let's see. States with the most Italians. Holy shit! 20%? What the? 1 in 5 people in New Jersey's Italian?
Yeah. Our county executive's name is Joseph DiVincenzo. What do you think?
that actually is true then. Huh. And famous Italian Americans include Jennifer Aniston, Ariana Grande, I thought she was Mexican, and Frank Sinatra. We already sang one of his songs, but
I agree with him on the whole Ariana Grande thing. I thought, because Grande, come on, man, shoot.
Madonna, because we are living in a material.
Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good place to wrap this one on up, because I'm not interested in hearing you sing, Mr. Johnson. So with that being said, yeah, Jersey is a very diverse and amazing place that is a lot more farmland than many people would give it credit for. But as far as like he doesn't even answer his own question why North and South Jersey hate each other. We don't. We just have unlike any other municipality, any other state or area, we have disagreements on how things should be run, but ultimately I would like to think that we can respect each other to start to move beyond these things, because our political class is trash. It really is. And Jerseyans will have to, north, south, central, all 26 miles that makes up New Jersey has to come together and start to clear out the political trash that we have in our state, where it's just gotten ridiculously expensive with damn near nothing to show for it. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff, if you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. I ain't scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube's definitely not going to do it. And speak, let me know, what do you think in the comments? Have I changed your perception of New Jersey at all? Did you think that I think it was a well done video? Shout out to Nick Johnson, by the way. I think this was a very well done video with fantastic editing. Just, dude, cut out with the singing, my man, and the weird map sexualization. That's very strange. But what'd you think? Let me know in the comments, and until the next one.